Hello and welcome to my channel. I hope you enjoy this story. I'm going to try and upload a new story each day. The Silent Town of Whispering Pines. The sun hung low on the horizon as Emily, a curious journalist with a penchant for uncovering hidden truths, arrived at the outskirts of a town called Whispering Pines. Nestled in a remote valley, the town was known for its eerie reputation. It was said that the town's residents communicated only in whispers and through cryptic gestures. The stories that had reached Emily's ears piqued her interest. With her notebook and camera in hand, she ventured into the unknown, her journalistic instincts urging her forward. The town seemed peaceful and picturesque at first glance, with quaint cottages and tall, dense pine trees that cast long shadows. The residents of Whispering Pines, however, seemed unlike any she had ever encountered. As Emily strolled down the cobblestone streets, she noticed that the townsfolk went about their daily lives in complete silence. Their eyes spoke volumes, their gestures and whispered conversations revealing their deep connection to this eerie place. Emily approached a young woman, her lips moving soundlessly as she made delicate hand gestures. The woman's eyes widened in silent recognition as she led Emily into a quaint little library. The shelves were lined with dusty books and scrolls, all filled with cryptic symbols and illustrations. The woman, named Alina, began to explain through whispers and signs the terrifying secret that bound Whispering Pines. She revealed that speaking loudly or making noise of any kind awakened an ancient, malevolent force that roamed the town. This malevolence fed on sound, consuming it and leaving only silence in its wake. The townsfolk had learned to live in near constant hushed tones, a necessity born out of fear. Alina's story was a chilling one. Generations ago, the town had been plagued by a dreadful creature known as the Silence Devourer. The creature thrived on the sounds of human voices, and it was awakened by any loud utterance. As the townsfolk began to notice the strange phenomenon, they quickly realized that silence was their only salvation. The town's residents had devised a strict code of communication, using subtle hand signals and faint whispers to convey even the most critical messages. They had become masters of stealth, treading lightly and speaking softly to avoid the grasp of the malevolent entity. The Silence Devourer was known to lurk in the shadows, its dark, shapeless form flickering in and out of existence. Emily was intrigued and terrified in equal measure. She felt an insatiable urge to understand this entity further, to capture its existence through a lens, and to document the strange way of life these people had adopted. The town's ominous atmosphere only fueled her journalistic ambitions. As night fell, Emily followed Alina into the woods surrounding Whispering Pines, armed with her camera and a recorder, her every movement carefully calculated to avoid making a sound. They arrived at a clearing, a place where the malevolent force was rumored to appear most frequently. They crouched in the dark, waiting for a sign of the creature. Then it came. A bone-chilling, guttural growl echoed through the woods, causing the trees to shudder and the leaves to rustle. A shadowy mass began to materialize, slowly taking form. It was the Silence Devourer, a grotesque, monstrous being, with elongated limbs and a gaping maw, a swelling vortex of darkness that threatened to engulf everything in its path. Emily's heart raced as she raised her camera, attempting to capture the creature on film. In her excitement, she whispered, "This is incredible." Her voice barely reached a normal speaking volume, but it was enough to break the sacred silence of Whispering Pines. The creature, sensing the intrusion of noise, turned its malevolent gaze towards her. Panic washed over Emily as the Silence Devourer lunged forward with terrifying speed, its terrible maw opening wide. Alina, quick to react, grabbed Emily's hand and pulled her to her feet, guiding her back into the shadows of the forest. They ran for their lives, the creature's otherworldly howls echoing behind them, its form contorting and shifting as it pursued them. Emily understood the gravity of her mistake, her thoughtless words endangering herself and the entire town. As they reached the town's edge, the creature finally gave up the chase, disappearing into the darkness of the forest. Gasping for breath, Emily and Alina returned to the safety of Whispering Pines, vowing never to awaken the malevolent force again. The experience left Emily with a profound understanding of the town's grim secret. She had witnessed the Silence Devourer firsthand, and its malevolence would forever haunt her dreams. The town's eerie reputation remained, its residents continuing to live in silence, bound by a terrifying force that thrived on the sound they so desperately wished to keep. Whispering Pines remained an enigmatic and perilous place, a silent town with a horrifying secret, a place where speaking loudly could awaken a terror that knew no bounds. Months passed since Emily's harrowing encounter with the Silence Devourer, and she couldn't shake the eerie memories of Whispering Pines. She had grown obsessed with the town and the malevolent force lurking within it. The journalist in her yearned to understand the creature, to unveil its origins, and to document its existence for the world to see. One fateful evening, Emily's curiosity got the better of her. She had been poring over the cryptic symbols and scrolls within the town's library, seeking a clue to the creature's origins. Her obsession drove her to delve deeper into the forbidden knowledge of Whispering Pines. She learned of an ancient prophecy hidden within the text that hinted at a way to control the Silence Devourer, a method that would allow the town to break free from its sinister grasp. The prophecy spoke of a long-lost amulet, the Amulet of Silent Redemption, said to have the power to subdue the malevolent entity. Emily became determined to locate this amulet and put an end to the town's torment. Alina, fearing for her safety, reluctantly agreed to help her on this perilous quest. Armed with their newfound knowledge, Emily and Alina ventured into the woods once more, their hearts pounding with trepidation. The night was shrouded in an eerie silence as they ventured deeper into the heart of the forest, guided by the vague instructions found in the ancient scrolls. After hours of searching, they stumbled upon an overgrown clearing where a forgotten altar stood, bathed in moonlight. The Amulet of Silent Redemption was said to rest there, awaiting the one who could decipher the cryptic riddles. Emily, her hands trembling, approached the altar and studied the enigmatic inscriptions. With growing determination, she began to decipher the puzzles, linking the symbols with the knowledge she had acquired. Piece by piece, she unraveled the ancient code, and the amulet slowly rose from its resting place, suspended in the air before her. But as the amulet came into her grasp, a dark shadow loomed above, casting an ominous presence over the clearing. The Silence Devourer had returned, drawn by the forbidden incantations and the lore of the amulet. The beast's malevolent form twisted and writhed, its gaping maw inching closer to Emily. Alina, realizing the imminent danger, grabbed Emily's arm, and together they recited the final incantation from the ancient scrolls. A brilliant burst of light erupted from the amulet, creating a protective barrier around them, pushing the malevolent entity back into the darkness. The Silence Devourer howled in agony, unable to penetrate the protective shield, and it retreated into the depths of the forest, vanishing from sight. Emily and Alina were left breathless, their hearts pounding, as the amulet slowly descended into Emily's palm. The quest for the Amulet of Silent Redemption had been a success, and they had found a way to control the creature that had plagued Whispering Pines for generations. Returning to the town, Emily presented the amulet to the townsfolk, who had longed for a way to free themselves from the shackles of silence. With the amulet in her possession, Emily became the guardian of the town's newfound peace, ensuring that the Silence Devourer remained subdued. Whispering Pines began to change. The residents, once bound by the fear of the malevolent entity, started to communicate with one another in hushed voices that gradually grew louder. Laughter and conversation filled the town streets as the weight of silence was lifted. Emily's journalistic ambitions were fulfilled as she documented the town's transformation, sharing the story of Whispering Pines with the world. The town had broken free from the malevolent force that had tormented it for generations, and its residents now lived in a newfound harmony, their whispers and gestures evolving into a language of hope and connection. The silent town of Whispering Pines had finally found its voice, thanks to the courage and determination of a journalist who had been lured into the depths of its chilling secret. Emily's journey was a testament to the power of discovery and the resilience of the human spirit in the face of the unknown. Thank you for listening. I hope you enjoyed the story. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you.